Welcome, everyone, to the Operator's Tactical Mindset. Hey, first live show going live here. Want to see who's out there. You know, Roger up. Tell me where you're from, so I know who's looking at me, who's watching me. So, Operator's Tactical Mindset. Why I came up with this? Why are we doing what we're doing? The Operator's Tactical Mindset is about not just any operator. SWAT is not just an operator. Everybody out there, law enforcement, firefighters, EMS, even dispatchers, they're the ones that respond first. So I welcome all those. If you guys know anyone that is going to be around, hit them up, let them know where we're at, because we're going to be talking about real conversations. We're going to be having a whole bunch of discussions here. We're going to be doing the best we can here. I'm here. The reason why I'm here is, not too long ago, I'm an instructor. I'm a veteran SWAT operator, tactical instructor, but been training a lot of officers, different departments. So one of the things were a lot of them had, I want to say, not holdbacks, but they really want to not operate the way they should. They're afraid. And one of those things is like, if you know the tactic, you'll get more confidence. And gaining more confidence, it leads to a lot of other things. You'll be able to depend on that operator to be able to go in and take care of business. Once you gain that confidence, that person is more reliable. So it's not just about that you're afraid. Maybe they just don't know the tactics. A lot of instructors, sometimes they just go ahead and start yelling, yelling, yelling. They do minor corrections, but still yelling at the student. Let's not do that. I work with a cadre that were all SWAT guys and former SWAT guys, and we try not to do that. Yes, there's a little bit of, hesitation with some individuals. We really don't yell. We kind of put a little bit of pressure in them so they can perform better, trial by fire. But at the same time, let's think about this. You have that student where you're on them, and all you're doing is yelling, and you really don't show them. I wrote a book which basically brings it down to basic principles. Okay. It's not about advanced SWAT stuff. It's not about advanced tactics. It's setting a standard. Okay. We all got to get back to setting a standard. We all have to get back to the fact that, hey, if everybody's on the same page and everybody knows the same tactics, regardless of what department you're from, okay, you could be county, you could be locals, but regardless of what department you're from, you know the same tactics. Hey, once you're in that room or once you're in that building and you're taking those steps into that hallway to save those lives, and you know that that person has learned the same stuff, you can count on that person going with you into that room and taking care of business if you have to. Now, my book right here, I have it to where I'm going to be publishing it out on Amazon, and another link, I'm going to be putting it on my website soon. I just want to control. I have a few copies in my hand. I want to control that officers and the certain personnel receive it first. I want to make sure that it falls into the right hands first. I know a lot of it is out there. I just went ahead and kind of sat down, organized some of the facts. Hey, it's one of these, it's basically a manual. It's basically a manual. If you're an instructor, wherever you're watching from, drop it in the comments, wherever you're watching from. Hey, you want one of these? Let me know. We'll talk offline. Shoot me an email at the OTM training 25 at gmail.com. I'll get you one of these. We'll talk. And it's an instruction manual for instructors. You got everything from stances. You have everything from how to go behind barricades, you know, exposure, not exposure. We're talking about limited penetration as a solo officer response. We're talking about the link up. Everybody trains for the for the action. Nobody trains for what's in between. And I guess, well, I feel that throughout the years of being an instructor, throughout the years of just over and over and over, seeing officers just perform, not be able to think by themselves. A lot of officers are used to, hey, let's train in the morning and we'll do a couple of things in the afternoon. We'll rehearse. But sometimes, hey, sometimes you got to throw them out there first thing in the morning if you're having a class. See where they're at. Then explain, hey, this is what I saw. This is what we want to go for. One of those things is you have to analyze. You got to know your crowd. You got to know your crowd. Link ups. Back to link ups. That's important. We just don't say blue, blue, blue. We have to learn positioning. We have to be paying attention to the clues and listen. It's not just about hearing things outside. Listen to what it is. It's think about it's two different things. Oh yeah, I hear noises. Yeah, but what is it? Listen to what it is. Is it footsteps of, you can tell if it's an officer or backup, regardless if it's an officer or firefighters. You can tell if it's backups because most of us, we wear boots. You'll be able to put out there, hey, you'll be able to put out there, hey, they're heavy stomps. Heavy stomps, everything goes into play. Everything goes into play. It's one of those things that you have to be able to identify the link up. The link up is part of the whole thing. Let's see. I think we got yep. What's up, Ryan? So yeah, going back to the link up. This book kind of covers that. We want to work after the link up. Hey, you have that second officer coming in. Hey, you got that second officer coming in. We want to be able to communicate the right way. Put your feelers out there. If you have to challenge him before they come in, challenge him. This book puts that in there. Hey, and guess what? What's after the link up? What's after the two-man contact? Hey, now you have to go and operate. Now you have to have the common knowledge of, hey, just two men going down the hallways. An office building, could be an office building, could be school, could be in a house. You were in the house taking care of business first because, hey, exigent circumstances, right? This is not just a one-way street here. We can use these skills in each way that you can. These are basic skills that we have to follow, ladies and gentlemen. I'm submitting this hopefully soon to higher ups, hopefully to get a feel of if we can make this the standard. And it would help if a lot of you would, put it out there, put the feelers out there, show the love. Let's see what we got out there. Let's work on this all as a team, all first responders all together. Let's go ahead and operate all together as one. So one big team. We all depend on each other one way or another. Going back to the two-man operations. Hey, something happens, regardless if it's to your partner or if you're responding as a two-man to a situation and you have to go take care of the bad guy. Hey, we stop the threat. We stop the threat. We stop the killing. Right? What do we have to do afterwards? We have to prepare for medical. We have to prepare for the medical. We have to prepare for the evac. Hey, that is important because you're not going to stay in the same hole, and that's one of the problems with training nowadays. A lot of departments want to say, "Oh, we don't have enough time. Oh, you got to do this." And let's say I took a course, for example, took a course at the beginning of our sessions all together, being able to teach almost the whole full course, which was like a 3-day class. I get it, 3 days. Every department can't put that out there, but you know what? Let's not cut the officers short. Now you're jeopardizing their safety, and not just their safety. You're jeopardizing everybody's safety because now that officer doesn't have that confidence. Again, they don't know the tactics. If they don't know the tactics, they won't feel confident. And if the instructor, which I want to call him the coach slash instructor, doesn't help them identify the problems and explain to them what they should do better instead of just yelling at them, you can't do this. Instead of doing all that, how about we just coach them? Make sure that everybody's set, everybody has a base plan, and we go from there. Um, where we at? So 2-man down the hallway, taking it easy. Boom, take care of business. See an injured person, take care of that person. What medical skills? Hey, we're not doctors. We're not all medics. Um, but we can render first aid. You know, in my book, it just gives you basic stuff. It's not a TCCC manual. It's not a TAC medic course. You're not going to get a certificate out of it. You're not going to get a little pin. Hey, here you go. No, it's one of those things that you should know to be able to help those around you. Kits, as far as kids, we'll touch on that. That's a whole different episode. We'll touch on medical kits. We'll touch on some of the stuff that a basic officer, if you're responding from your vehicle, you should have access to, like a little go bag. That's a different episode. A different episode. Um, but yeah, one of those one of those situations. Yeah, you never know when you're gonna get into it. You know, let's see where we're at. Hey, if you're just joining in right now, welcome to the Operator's Tactical Mindset. Hey, go ahead and shoot me a text right down there. Shoot me a message or a comment. Where you from? I want to know who's listening. I know I see some people online. Go ahead, shoot them up. I want to see you. Let's go. So a little bit of review for those who are just joining. Hey, once again, Tactical Operators Mindset book for instructors, tactical instructors. Hey, here we go. Gonna put it on my website soon. I'm gonna have some gear there, some t-shirts and stuff. I got other stuff coming up, little by little. This is just the beginning, guys. I don't want to, bombard you guys with spending all your money on me. No, it's not for me. It's for the community, because this is the way that we're going to be able to sit down and put stuff out there for people and help them out. As a community, the first responder community, we have to regain that trust. We have to regain the trust of the community. There's too much of a gap. A lot of stuff is happening on the news. This is not a political channel. This is not going to be a political channel. I'm going to be throwing lives every once in a while. Um, I'm going to be trying to putting podcasts out there with guests. I'm going to have different types of guests. I'm going to have SWAT operators. I'm going to have regular officers. I'm going to have instructors. I'm going to have firefighters, EMS. I'm going to try to get some dispatch people, or maybe some dispatch people that flip the coin and hey, now they're officers, or now they're going to fire school or something. So we're working on that. we're working on that. If you want to be on the podcast, go ahead and shoot me an email at otmtraining25@gmail.com. We are going to try to set something up. If you're from another long place, I live on the west coast of Florida, but if you're coming from the other side, we'll talk. We'll have a sidebar conversation. But if you're that far away that you really can't make it over here to the studios, I'll go ahead and we'll set something up online. We'll set something up online. Hey, I want the community to hear what normal officers and operators go through. A lot of them think that we should be doing everything perfect. Um, we're not there. We have to make split second decisions in a matter of seconds. Hey, blink of an eye, you have to make a decision if you have to use your weapon or not, regardless if you go hands on or non lethal or even um, just leave them alone. You know, I have a couple of officers out there. One of my SWAT sergeants, he's certified in ICAT. If you guys know what ICAT is, hey, it's the sweet and lovable side of let me help you out. Let's talk this through. That's fine. I like that. I like that. Some people, we can be able to talk them down, but you have to be able to flip the switch if you have to. Let's be real here. Not a lot of people are going to be receptive to that, but you have to know, you have to learn the signs. You have to know the keys, just like on the streets, been on the streets, been in schools, you know, been overseas. I've worked overseas as a contractor. I'm a Marine Corps veteran. Hey, we took care of business, but we knew how to flip the switch. You know, we can be nice, lovable, and huggable, you know, and a lot of us are at a point where, hey, we don't want to get in trouble. We don't want to, cause any friction. But remember, when you're doing the right thing, regardless if you cause friction or not, the right thing is the right thing. Okay? Take take the slap in the hand from command, grieve it, do what you have to do. But make sure that in your heart, in your conscious, you've done the right thing. It's not one of those, oh, I'm going to do the right thing because command said to do this. And all of a sudden, everything is screwed for you. So look, let's see. See, ICAT has its place. Hey, tactics need to be there for when the talking doesn't work. Of course, we do that. That's the way it is. You know, everything has its place. You're right. Everything has its place. We have to take care of business. But my thing here is, hey, we have to gain that trust. The trust with the community is important. I'm going to be having here civilians. I'm going to get a vice mayor to come from where I work. And it just so happens that he's one of the counselors at one of the schools that I work at. He's a knowledgeable man. He knows the community. He hears the complaints. He's a good resource. You have to know your people out there. You have to be able to adjust if you have to. You don't have to be a grouch all the time, but business is business. I understand that we have to be all serious in the blue uniform or in our uniforms. But remember, I don't want to hear they pay our salaries. Some of them don't pay anything. But we're all humans. You got to treat them right. You got to treat them as such. Okay? Everybody has their rights. Everybody has that common sense of, hey, he's doing the right for us, and they'll back you up. If you're right, you're right. They'll back you up. If you're kind and you explain yourself in a nice way instead of yelling at them or being a grouch, hey, they're gonna bite you. You know, but yeah. If you have any questions, hey, shoot them down there. I see some people online Go ahead and let's see what we got. Let's see what we got. No, you know, yeah, we have one of our followers. Yeah, that's one of my sergeants. Yeah, yeah, sergeant, best friend. Hey, the support is there. The support is there. I love it. We have to take care of each other. We have to take care of each other. Tell me one of the things that you want me to cover here. Let's see what we can figure out together as a team. As a team. So it's one of the main things for this podcast. The book exists. For that reason. If we're all there and we're all safe and we're all tactically sound, we're confidently sound. If we're confidently sound, we'll be able to take care of business. We'll be able to trust one another a little bit, because I know for a fact that a lot of green uniforms don't trust the blue uniforms because, hey, they don't train like us. Oh, we're better than they are. But no, if you don't know, you don't know. There's so many things that I hear out there, like firefighters don't look at EMS people the same way. Sometimes they're different entities. You know, some places they're just straight fires and medics, and they don't have to transport. So the EMS part of it is separate, and you know they're hired by somebody different, so they don't get the same love as everybody else. The and in the police world and the federal world, and so many things happen. A lot of three-letter agencies. Oh, look at these guys. They just work for the county, or they just work for the city. Who are they? We know more than they do. Listen, right now, hands down, hands down, my police, my blue agency, my blue team, I'll put them up against anybody. I'll put them up against anybody. We'll take care of business. My guys are straight. My guys are good. I know that my guys are ready when the hits the fan. Yeah, they'll be able to take care of the business. We've done trainings with federal, county, a lot of mix and match. You know, it's one of those things that it just depends. Who trains you, how serious do they take it, what resources they have. Administration wants to cut resources down. They want to do the, yeah, what do you need for training? Oh, you need that? Yeah, yeah, just put a request in. We'll get it to you. We'll get it to you. When we'll get it to you for next training. Yeah, yeah. Yeah. Listen, I heard that so many times. So many times, so many years here in the States, outside, out the States, cross country. I've heard it. And I've spoken to every time I go on vacation. Hey, listen, I talk to the officers over there. I ask them questions. Hey, how is it over here? What do you guys what do you guys challenge? What's your challenge? What's going on here? How are the sergeants? What's the administration like? You know, Eh, listen, we can go on this all day. You know, we do train skills a lot. You know, but the pressure's there. You know, pressure pressure on the thinking under pressure is that doesn't come easy, but that's why we have to work on that. We all have to work on that as a team. We all have to take care of each other. Hold on, let me see. Let's see. See, other departments are going together to train together for events where everyone may be needed. Knowing your neighbors, understanding the capabilities, and understanding the response. 100%. 100%. It's one of those things that if we don't train together and we don't have one, we all have the common goal here. We're here to protect the innocent. That's number one. We got that. But we don't have the basics. Not everybody has the basic skills. What you learn in the academy, out the door. Out the door. They just they don't even scratch the surface. You know, lately, I haven't heard anything from the academies that they're doing harsh or harder tactical training because it's a check in the box for them. You know, some departments out there check in the box. You know, oh, the state says, oh, we got to do this, check in the box. But at the same time, do those check in the boxes protect your officers? Do those check in the boxes, you know, do those check in the boxes go ahead and protect your survival? Teach survival. This administration, please, if you're out there, if you're listening, if you can watch this, even if you're not watching here live, if you want to watch the replay, thank you. I appreciate those that are here now, and those that will watch the replay. I appreciate you as well. But we needed to get this under control. The safety of the officers, the safety of the community is in your hands. You know, administration. You have to honestly, you have to give us more time. You have to help us out with more time. You have to. Some people, they just go ahead and take a day off. Oh, I don't want to. I don't want to train that. I think I might get hurt. Listen, that person gets written up. I know an agency that if you're late to training or if you say, oh, I'm hurt. So guess what? If you're hurt, you're not allowed to be on duty. You're unfit for duty. Right? Like, give me something if you agree with that, you know. If you're unfit for duty, you shouldn't be on the road. Not just because you don't want to train a little harder. You know, come on. Come on, we're all human here. You took an oath. You signed on that dotted line that you wanted to be an officer. You wanted to be a first responder. You don't be cooking out. Oh, I don't want to do this because I don't want to get tired today. I don't want to get sweaty today. I might get a little, you know, a little paint on my body from a little Sims round or something like that. No, man, that doesn't happen. That shouldn't happen. You know, if you're there, you took that oath, take care of business. Take care of business. We all have to take care of what our capabilities are. You have to train to the best of your ability. You train like you fight. You train like you fight. You have to be able to literally if you want to sit on your butt, go a different job. You know, there so yeah, there's agencies and different opinions and different careers that hey, they get to sit down for a little while. Hey, power to you. But hey, we are let's see. Hold on there. I like this one. I like this one. Whoop whoop. The support is here. The support is here. See, there are many on the road. Hey, they're not fit for duty. All they're doing is riding the wave. You're totally correct. You're totally correct. And you know what? They should be X'd out. Guess what? You should be on a fitness plan. You should be not just fitness mentally, because fit for duty covers so much. If you have that mental anguish, if you're going through something, there's help out there. Believe me, there's help out there. I have something coming out soon that I'm gonna address mental health. That it's getting taken care of because a lot of agencies and a lot of administration, a lot of stuff out there. Oh, the mental health of the victim, the victim, the victim, the victim. How about us? How about us? How about all my first responders out there? Everybody goes through something harsh. Everybody goes through something harsh. You know, let's see what we got here. Let's show this one. Yeah. See, as a community member that works in the schools, they've seen the difference between an officer that builds rapport, that knows his stuff, and those that don't. Hey, SRO, Hey, thank you. Thank you for that comment, But we have to take care of our mental health too. That's part of it. For those that are joining in now, I'm seeing quite a few in, quite a few out, here and there, clicking in and out. Um, Welcome to the Operator's Tactical Mindset. This is my first solo live. Crazy. Yeah. Yeah. You should have seen me walking up and down the house. Should have seen me walking up and down the house, pacing, sweating. Listen, woo! I still get the chills. I'm still sweating like crazy. I had to turn off the AC, make sure that no noise for the mics. You know, a lot of people waiting for this. A lot of people are supporting. There's a lot of support out there. I'm trying to get more. Let's get more. Let's get this rolling. Let's make sure that we all put a little part in it. It's not just one person. It's not just two people. Not just three people. We need to get out there. We need to be able to help each other out. We are a community. We are one. We are one. We're first responders. Okay. If you're interested on being on the podcast, hey, shoot me an email. Shoot me an email, otmtraining25@gmail.com. Hey, I really do appreciate those that are here today, that are here right now. Hey, I know it's out of your time, and I appreciate everything that you guys um are doing. And for those that are watching it on the replay, thanks, bro. Love it. But make sure, regardless of if it's now or later, make sure you leave a message. Tell me where you're from. Tell me where you're listening from. I want to know. I want to know how many people I'm reaching. I want to make this thing big. I want to make sure that we all are on the same page. Hey, it's not just about tactics here. I'm going to be covering tactics. I'm going to have real conversations, real people. I only want people that are going to be honest. The political stuff is not going to happen here. The yes, sir, yes, ma'am, this stuff. No, not here. We're not yes people here. We are here for the cause. This is the cause. We need to be here for the cause, because if we're here and we're faking it, you know, so we got people from Cape Coral, Florida. Thank you. Thank you. That's awesome. I need that. That is, we need to spread this out. Make sure you share. Make sure you share where you're from. Naples, Florida. There you go. They're down in Naples. Hey, we need to take this. We need to take this to a different level. We need the community involved. We're gonna get some nice interviews here. I already have 2 interviews down, getting more. I got some solo stuff coming up. I'm going to be doing some gear reviews, nothing crazy. I'm just going to show some loadouts here and there. Maybe if you want to chime in and send what your loadout is, what type of loadout you have, things like that, it's where we all get along. Can we all just get along? But yeah, see Lake Worth, Florida. Yeah, look at that. Woohoo! Cross the pond, technically. Yeah, the other side of Florida. Yeah, I'm over here on the West Coast. But yeah, a lot of mental health stuff. We're going to be talking about mental health. I'm trying to push to some of the congressmen up there, see if I can get a one-on-one on some of them, and maybe some CEOs. I have a CEO friend that I'm hoping that they'll be able to get in. Hope Sound, whoop, whoop. Yeah, fishing village, baby. Yeah, we can't beat that. It's nice, chill, nice and easy. Um, we want to get people here. I want to just, not just about stories. It's about that wisdom. It's about that knowledge. I'm the type of person that I want to train people. I want to teach people what I know. I've done a few things here and there. I know so many people that are so knowledgeable. They've done amazing things. They've done all kinds of stuff, streets, undercover. hey, they've dealt with the community engagement. I really, I want to see that. I want to see that. I want to hear that. Everybody needs, to know this is not going to be an A-listers podcast. I wish it could, maybe at some point, but I want to have the normal people here, the people that are in the front lines, that are still going, that are still active, that hey, they need to be heard. A lot of us need to be heard. A lot of us need to be, um, out there. We all teaching something that we do, s- lessons. It's the life lessons. One of our things is if you're an officer and you're responding and you're first on scene, hey, there's no perfect plan. There's no perfect plan. So it's one of those things that you have to just take care of business. You have to be able to, you know, use your knowledge, use your tactics. You know, you have a common goal. We all have a common goal. You're first on scene, you're in there, you're responding, and one of your first things is what? You need to identify everything. Okay. In my book, in my book, there's here we go. Let's see. Promote better communication between all the first responders. We're all on the same team when the community needs us. Yeah. Yeah. That is it. That's it in a nutshell. If if we don't talk to each other and we have this, I'm better than you, or you're better than me, or I'm not gonna listen to you because you do this, you do that. It's not gonna get anywhere. You know what? I've seen that. I've seen the egos, um, dealt with the egos, and the underdog comes up top. Yeah, the egos might have better gear, cool gear. Oh, cool gear for sure. Nice little GPSs on their chest. But you know what? With all that GPS stuff, the people that took care of business first on that training day was the people that stuck together, knows the communication, they trained the right way, and they dedicate their time to each other and to make sure that the community's safe. I have an officer that during the training, Sims round, boom, took care of business. He took it right here to the face. Hey, it was stuck in his cheek. Hopefully you'll meet him. Hopefully you'll meet him. Let's see how that goes. But we have somebody here from Port St. Lucie, taking care of business too. Yeah, Port St. Lucie is in the house. Um, so what's an operator to you? Tell me what an operator is to you. Shoot me something on the, what does operator mean to you? I'll wait. Go ahead. Okay, so here we go. An operator. An operator is not a SWAT guy. An operator is pretty much the person that, an operator is pretty much a person that um, makes the right decision in the time of battle, right? An operator is a person that can make hard decision under pressure. He has the right tactical mindset. Hey, you got to talk about focus. You got to talk about focus. Focus means you have to be able to analyze everything that's in the room. If you don't focus, you're going to go into tunnel vision, right? And how do you break that? Hey, look around. Make sure that you're sinking in on different things. If you don't sink in on different little clues and you don't see what's out there, you are going to go into that tunnel vision. That tunnel vision is going to make you miss so many things. It could jeopardize your safety, could jeopardize the safety of others. If you practice in the heat of battle or in training to make sure that you're being able to focus, breathe, and put communications out there to your dispatch, and guess what? If you're communicating to dispatch, you're able to breathe. You're able to take that pause. Take that pause, put it out there, check your surroundings. Make sure that the bad guy that you're trying to chase, that you're trying to go to, is that way. Listen, make sure that you're going to the right direction. But if you hear something the other way, make sure you're able to identify it. Listening and identifying whatever's out there, you should be able to do that. That's when you know that you're focused, not that you're going into this tunnel vision. Tunnel vision is so bad. You've seen it in the movies. It's seen it in the movies where everything just ties into nothing, right? So it's not the best feeling in the world. Listen, we've all been there. We've all been there. We've all had it, but we all need to make sure that um that we stay focused. That we stay focused. Right now, you know, back going back to what the operator is, it's it's us. It's you guys. It's that those medics, that regular officer, those dispatchers that are on the other side of that phone, taking care of business, keeping the person calm, being able to relay those messages, being able to release those messages, um, to be able to all communicate. So look at this one. I like this. We all need universal verbiage between agencies so that multiple agencies respond to an incident. We all can communicate better, quicker, and more efficient. Duh. Yeah. Yeah. Listen, from your text, from your mouth to the skies. We need that. We need to put that out there. But we can't do it by ourselves. We need to get more people involved. So if you're new here to this channel, make sure you highlight, copy, send it out to your peoples, man. Spread it out. Spread it out as much as you can, please. We need more followers. We need to make sure that this takes off, because if we all communicate on the same platform and we're all able to take care of business all together, train together, be together, communicate together. Hey, if I go to your department, you go to my department, something happens, you're backing me up and I'm backing you up, we can take care of business together. I don't want to make sure, I don't want to ask you halfway there. I don't want to ask you halfway there. Hey, you know how to do a limited penetration? Can you cover my 6? Hey, you want to take down the hallway? Will I go in here and do a limited penetration on this? We don't need that. We need to be trustworthy of each other. We need to be all on the same page. Right now I have some training that we'll be performing, and our goal here as a team, as a cadre team, we are trying to get other agencies to train with us. On top of that, Operators Tactical Mindset is also a consulting company where I'm going to try to reach out to different departments to do training packages and be able to go to them with portable walls, with gear and equipment, so that way administration doesn't have that need of saying, oh, but we don't have this, we don't have that. I'm looking for sponsors to be able to cooperate and collaborate with me, so that way we have that training equipment. I'm going to have it all stored. We're going to be able to go out there, take care of business, train together, be together, get used to each other. That verbiage is necessary. That verbiage is necessary. Ooh, look at this one. Attaboy, guapo. Yeah, yeah. Operators are those first on scene, ready to take care of business. Amen. Yeah, you're right. But we also need to make sure that we know our tactics. We need to make sure that we all on track on tactics. Limited penetration, link ups. I can't stress that enough. We need to practice link ups. We need to practice um, 2-man operating tactics. Solo officer response is key for those first guys. This will work in malls. This will work in office buildings. This will work in schools. This will work in houses. This will work in houses. Learn how to fight from that threshold. You're not, it's not about exposing yourself. Don't feel like you're getting exposed. It's about being able to use your angles. Angles are so important. We're going to be doing a podcast on angles. We're going to be putting up some images up there. I've seen some stuff on Insta that man, I wish I would have done that diagram first. But you know what? I'm going to give them their shout out. I'm definitely going to give them their shout out. But at the same time, I'm going to go ahead and put it out there. So that way you guys see that there's a lot of commonality in first responders, but it's not just here in Florida. You know, we need to spread out. The commonality should be everywhere. Everything should be the same. I should be able to go to a different state if I want to go and be an officer up there and know what they're doing because we all follow the same guidelines. And hopefully someday, a operator's tactical mindset is going to be the standard. Yeah, it's going to be the standard. And we're going to be putting some trainings. We're going to have some of those, look at this. Let's see what this, see, agency command needs to know the capabilities of their own operators to effectively deploy their resources. Yep. 110%, 110%, because let's say this without putting names out there. There's an agency that is so abundance in knowledge. There's so many certifications within. Some officers, yeah, you know what? They might not want to do it anymore. They can help in different ways. Some officers, they just want to sit back and ride the wave, you know. From Naples, they said that, you know, they said that, hey, they just want to ride the wave. Some people, they just want to ride the wave. I get it. But you know what? Take those young officers or take those motivated officers that actually want to teach. Let them teach. Let them teach. Give them that time. Give them that resource. You know, I guarantee you, they're not asking for a lot. They're just asking for the minimum. You know, they're just asking for what they need. They're not here to, they don't want special gadgets, special toys or anything like that. They just want to be able to not worry about that the sim gun is breaking down or we only have enough for 3 people today because our whole collection broke down or well, we can't use that section of the building because they're doing whatever. You know, hey, you hire the operator's tactical mindset, I'll bring you walls. I'll make rooms for you. I'll give you portable walls. I'm gonna get some fake guns. Yep. Some red guns. We'll practice with red guns. Then we'll throw in some sim rounds. Yeah. We are doing force on force. Force on force is so important. The noise is so important. We need to put that noise out there. The operators, the first responders need to know how to operate under noise. You know, it behooves you that you should be able to operate under noise. It's one of those things that if you can't think under pressure, back up a little bit. Let's practice. Let's get used to this. Ask somebody that can help you. Ask somebody that can help you. You know, let's make sure that we're able to yeah, cops needs to train the way they fight. So when the fight comes to them, they're prepared. Oh yeah. Oh, always. But you as well as I know that there's some that they shy away. They shy away. And I saw that this past summer instructing people. They were stuck at the door. They were like breathing hard. You know, we can't have that, man. We can't have that. We need to, I'm running out of time here, but, yeah, we need to have that capability of being able to respond for the community. You know, we need instructors. We need to teach. We need to coach. We need to be there for those that need that training. We need to push our command to give us more time. You know, make those officers be on time. If they don't want to, like I said, there's an agency that'll write you up Oh, you don't want to do this because your back hurts or you're complaining. You're not fit for duty. Hey, go home. Go fill out a one of these injury reports or something. You know, come on. Let's let's not be let's not be weak. But hey, right now, my goal as this first episode ends is operator's tactical mindset is the standard. I come from law enforcement community where I've learned so much from the people around me. Say thank you to the team for the opportunities and stuff. They've been there. They've been able to assist me with going to schools, learning more than what I've dealt with. Overseas. Hopefully my guys overseas come one day and say what's up, and we could all teach together. You know, let's see. Operators need to be mentally and physically prepared to be strong to do the job. Yep. Oh, yes. I totally agree with that. I'm going to be having a couple of guests. I'm going to be having a very knowledgeable fitness person here that's going to be able to share how the officer should be training, what kind of training they should be doing, health. He has some stuff out there to share. He has some knowledge in a lot of stuff, and I can't wait to have him here. He's going to be live with me probably in a couple of weeks. I got to get him to we got to sync up our schedules. Um, I'm going to have officers here talking. We're going to be discussing some videos too. We're going to take this everything, but no politics. We're not here to bash agencies. We're not here to make people feel down. We're here to learn from the mistakes. We're here to make everything better, because if we don't do that, who's going to do it for us, right? So I want to say thank you to everybody. If you just made it to here on this podcast, say thank you. If you want to see it on the flip side as a relay recording, thank you. Go down there, comment, subscribe, ring that bell for notifications. But make sure that you follow us, because I'm going to be putting some very smart individuals in here that really want the best for the community. All right. So with that said, thank you for everything. Gracias. Thank you. That was great. Thank you. Keep it up. Yes, sir. I will. I'm trying here. Hey, the chills are gone. Hey, ice is broken. Knees deep. Let's see. If we can simulate real-world environments of the sounds and simulation, make it instinctive, not force. Yeah. True. Yeah. If there is a way, one of the best trains we can do is make real world sounds. And there's a lot of recordings on YouTube. There's a lot of recordings out there that you can kind of play on loudspeakers. We have to make sure that we all go and make sure that we put those speakers nice and loud. Let's disturb that mindset. Let's make sure that they're exercising and training that mindset, because mindset is what wins the fight. First is mindset. We just don't train physically. If you want to train, mindset first, physically later, right? You train the mind, everything becomes a habit. So let's get to it. So remember, train with a purpose, operate with intent. Thank you for being here. I'll see you next time at the Operator's Tactical Mindset. Peace.